This is CBS MT, Mason City.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, AJ. Thank you. I think most of you might know the owner of this wonderful establishment, and you must know that she's a great romantic. And she has just pointed out that it is midnight, so it's Valentine's Day. So I'd like to dedicate this song to Saint Valentine, wherever he may be, and to lovers all over the world. I'll always love you for the rest of my days. You have won my heart and my soul with your sweet and sexy way. You gave me hope when I needed someone near. You bring me happiness every day of every year. I'll always love you for all that you are. You have made my life complete. You're my lucky star.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy Valentine's
Happy
Day.
Valentine's Day. Hey, isn't that your cue to go right to the telephone and call the absent fiancée, Barbara?
Barbara, well, it's 6 a.m. Zurich time. I don't think she would appreciate that.
It is. Well, I'm glad. I don't care. I'm having fun being together with you alone.
Yeah. Now, tell me about tonight's guest of honor.
Julie? Why would you be interested in that?
Well, I saw her at Lincoln and Marcy's reception. Just wondered how she fit in. Is she a friend of Link's?
They had a thing together. I told you all about her long ago in Seattle or something when she was married to somebody else.
And she was married to Holden's brother, Caleb, you
Yes,
said.
she was married, and then she split, and now she's living in Park Avenue in New York City with her boss, Ron Gillette, who has a modeling agency.
So she's a model.
Yes, dear, you might say that, among other things.
Do I detect a note of sarcasm? Now, tell me the history between you two.
There isn't any. Well, actually, when I met Julie, it was in Seattle. She was one step up from Hooker. She was living with John's son, Duke. Big mistake of my life. I invited her here to town. I thought she'd help Duke get over his broken heart, but it didn't, and it just began a most sordid story. A saga that isn't over yet. I mean, there's not a man in this town whose life hasn't been touched by Julie.
Well, that sounds very intriguing, doesn't it?
Yeah, I thought it might. Hey, Valentine.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a sample.
I can't believe you went to see Fred Greer.
Well, I only know 2 lawyers in Oakdale, Fred Greer and Jessica, and I couldn't exactly see Jessica about Aaron.
I wonder if he tells everybody what you told him, huh?
I didn't mention any names. He doesn't even know you're involved.
You know, I always wanted you to be happy. I still want you to be happy, but you don't realize that you won't be happy if you take Aaron away from life. Think about everything that she's done for you, Julie.
He's my son. And I want him back. I can't have another baby, Andrew. And according to Fred, there's...
Fred! Guy makes his living off chasing ambulances, Julie. He'll tell you anything you want to hear as long as there's a fee involved. Doesn't make it morally right.
According to Fred Greer, if there's anything fraudulent in those adoption papers, I would have a good chance of getting Aaron back. And we both know with your name on that birth certificate, I've got a case. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
brought to you today by Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
At its best. Bounty is quicker and thicker than any other national two-ply paper towel. When spills are at their worst, Bounty's at its best. It's the quicker, thicker picker-upper. Bounty!
See Sunday's paper for the Wheel of Fortune Watch and Win game. No purchase necessary, void where prohibited.
Very lush, very lavish, very luxurious. Max Factor International presents the very rich, moisture-rich lipstick. It fills your lips with incredible color. Silkens with 16 emollients. Moisture rich from Max Factor International. Very original, very beautiful, very Factor.
There was some cough. My chest was so congested that every time I coughed, it felt like it was going to cave in. My extra strength cough syrup did nothing for my chest. Finally, I get Vicks Formula 44E. It's E for expectorant. It's something new. Much better than my other stuff, because it helped clear up my chest. I had a million things to do. Without that medicine, I wouldn't have made it.
Vicks Formula 44, the best type of relief for every type of cough.
Matthew can do that.
No. I enjoy doing this. It's relaxing.
Oh, it's relaxing. Well, all right, it's relaxing. That's just fine. We're going to have fireplaces in the riverfront when we build that property, huh?
Oh, absolutely.
Darling?
Careful of the poker.
Oh. Just a little question. Business. I know, I don't want to talk about business, but just about Meridian. You won't give away the consulting contract, will you, until Worldwide? It's officially open. Marcy Breen, head and shoulders, knows more than anybody else about it. Anyway, I think you owe me one.
Oh, I do? And why is that?
You owe me one. I'll tell you why. You owe because you have no idea how disappointed you've underestimated the disappointment I feel about the $25 million that you did promise me, you know?
All right. I tell you what, I will hold off on any decision on Meridian.
I don't believe this. What? Everybody says you're such a hard man to do business with. I don't think you are. Aren't you just a little bit hungry?
Yeah, actually I am. You know, I had very little to eat over at Lily's. I think I would like
food. Okay. I wasn't thinking of that exactly, but I'll tell Matthews to get you something. I think I'll change. I'll change into something prettier. Why don't you loosen up? You know, take off your coat.
Jade, it's me. Listen, I want you to call Lucinda's in about 20 minutes with urgent business. Yeah, and also, I want you to see what you can dig up on a Julie Wendell. She's a model, and she lives with a Ron Gillette. He owns a modeling agency in New York. Thank you.
I'm tired. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
I can't walk away from this, Julie. I thought we had something special between us.
We do.
And you'd be willing to tell somebody like Fred Greer that I'm not Aaron's father? Think about what that would do. What if my dad found out, Julie? What about the people he would tell?
I would never let that happen.
Oh, you wouldn't? I'm not so sure about that. I don't know anything anymore. I don't need you anymore.
Julie, darling, oh, I'm so thankful you're all right. Andy, thanks for calling, letting me know that you were at Holden's and Lily's. Sweetheart, I was so worried.
Sorry, Lisa. I just had a crazy day
You
today.
did. Well, why don't you come inside? Sit down, relax.
I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll come in later. Listen, I'm tired, okay? If you're not here when I get back, good night.
Don't worry, I'll be here.
I can tell there is something dreadfully wrong between the two of you.
Julie went to see Fred Greer today.
Oh, no, I hope she changed her mind about that.
And he told her that there's a loophole in the adoption if there's fraud involved, and we both know there's fraud involved. I'm scared she's going to use it.
Dear, she just hasn't had time to think straight. Maybe we've pushed her too hard.
I don't think we pushed her. She said all day to think. I mean, she keeps going...
I'll talk to her later. Yes, sweetheart.
Right, Taylor.
Okay. I'll talk to her.
I'll be right here waiting.
Sure, darling.
I could listen to you sing all night long.
I'd rather dance all night long.
All right, it's a deal.
Excuse us. Daddy, this is the happiest Valentine's Day I can ever remember.
Yeah, me too. You know, a year ago, I wasn't sure that Kim and I would ever get back together again. But I'll tell you, that time we spent apart made us realize you can never take each other for granted.
You know, Franny's told me that you're fond of apricot roses.
Yes.
She's never told me what she likes. I'd like to get her something for Valentine's Day.
Oh, well, this is kind of unusual, but she's always been very fond of Bird of Paradise.
Hey, guys, can you join us for a drink?
Yes, we'd love to. Hey.
Listen, Link, I was meaning to ask you, can you drop by the airport tomorrow morning and pick up Senator Hickey?
Sure, no problem.
So, have you guys set your wedding date yet?
No, but it'll be sometime next summer.
I think we ought to take a page out of their book. Just hop on my jet and elope. What do you think?
I don't think so, dear. You haven't had your honeymoon yet officially, have you?
No, we're waiting till spring after Marcia's had a chance to get settled in her new job.
Decided where you're going to go?
Grand
Paris?
Canyon. Well, we haven't had a chance to talk about it yet.
You're going to have to eat most of that, or I'm going to be spending my free nights at Mosconi's gym working it off.
That's okay, I'll go with you. I'll teach you how to lift weights.
You will?
Yeah.
With your luck, you'll probably drop a barbell on your foot.
Oh, Dr. Larry, you have a phone call. You may take it at the bar.
Probably the hospital.
Dr. McDermott.
Happy Valentine's Day, Doctor.
Who is this?
I don't know how you can sleep at night, knowing you lost a woman you loved to a man who murdered his first wife.
Listen, here.
If this movie doesn't touch your heart, then you just don't have one.
It's about real bravery
And real heroes.
It hits home.
Once you see it, you will feel it.
You live these little boys' lives.
It brings me back 25 years.
Once you feel it, you will never forget it.
really touched me.
Fabulous, powerful, moving. You've got to go see it.
Radio Flyer, rated PG-13. Special sneak preview at theaters Saturday.
Pot roast tonight? Leave a light on. Then you won't forget the Lipton recipe soup mix. Its special blend of seasonings and toasted onions make pot roast delightful. Add Lipton recipe soup mix. It's too good to forget.
The next time you and the family sit down to a healthy breakfast, consider where your sweetener comes from. Mine comes from
pure natural sugar, a sweetener only nature could make.
See Sunday's paper for the Wheel of Fortune Watch and Win game. No purchase necessary, void where prohibited.
For 2 years, they stuffed his mailbox with ads for a dirty magazine. When he finally bought one, they arrested him. Look out, it could happen to you. Sunday.
Happy Valentine's Day, my love.
I thought you were going down to the kitchen for a glass of milk.
Well, I thought, given the day, that champagne would be more appropriate.
Where are you going now?
Not far.
Tiger lilies. Duncan, where on earth did you get them?
I got them earlier. Lotta kept them for me.
Oh, they're beautiful, thank you. sweetie. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Who the hell is that?
I don't know. Hello? Margot. No, Jess and I are still up. Just a minute. She wants to talk to you about your meeting with Kruger.
Hi, Margot. Well, strange. I don't know. He to take him on as a client again. Of course, I said no. And then to top it off, he presented me with a check from the Kruger Foundation for the Earl Mitchell Center. Duncan, of course, wanted to rip it to shreds, but Franny and I persuaded him to think about it. Tomorrow night? We'd love to. Good. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
What about tomorrow night, sweetheart?
Tom and Margot are throwing a party for little Casey.
Well, you may have to go alone because I have a great deal of editing work to do on Oakdale Magazine.
Oh, you can take a short break to come to Casey's party.
I just don't want to make a promise and then be faced with a deadline, that's all.
Duncan, this isn't about deadlines or the magazine. It's because you know Lisa will be there, and because Lisa still disapproves of us. You're putting a wall up around yourself.
I'm not
yes,
putting
you
up
are. I am seeing it happen. And together, we have to find a way to stop it.
Well, finally. Thought you'd fallen in.
I hate to say this, but I was hoping you'd gone home. You know, I can't go over this Aaron situation anymore tonight.
Okay, fine. I won't push you anymore. Let's just go in, have a soda, relax, okay? Come.
Thanks for the going-away dinner, you guys. That was nice.
It wasn't very fancy. How about if we stop here real quick, get a dessert, a nightcap?
Yeah, I'd love a Diet Soda. I really have to go home and pack.
I'm talking about 30 minutes here.
Come on, 30 minutes.
30 minutes. All right, you win.
Good. Okay, let me call Ellen and tell her I'll be a little bit.
All right.
Why don't I just get a cab home so you can spend a little bit of time alone with Courtney?
Maybe later. I need to talk to you about Kruger before you go back east. I'm worried about my meeting with him tomorrow about Meridian.
Don't worry about it. That was my problem, and I handled it. Just remember that Walsh needs Kruger's account now more than ever.
Okay. I'll figure out a way to work with him.
Also, remember what they say about all work and no play. I get the feeling things are heating up between you and Courtney.
Hey, don't push it.
Huh?
Maybe warming up a little, but I can tell she's still hung up on Andy.
Well, all the more reason for you to just go very slow with them.
That's going to be a little tough. I mean, I'm living in a garage apartment just across the driveway from her.
I know, but she and Andy broke up because he put too much pressure on her, right? So just don't make the same mistake.
Hey.
Hi. What I missed?
Oh, just a little sisterly advice. Come on, let's hit it.
Muriel, you and I have always been big fans of professional hairstylists.
You bet. I adore mine.
And I bet he feels the same.
But you know, I have to admit something.
Yes?
When I see those scissors coming at me, I just want to grab them. I love to change my hair. Thank goodness I trust my hairstylist completely. And the truth is, I feel great about my hair because of him. Well, and of course, Paul Mitchell, I wouldn't think of using anything else. Yeah, you and my hairstylist, you made me what I am today.
Paul Mitchell products are guaranteed only when purchased in fine salons.
Dentists tell you to change your toothbrush every 3 months. So does the new Oral-B indicator. When the blue band fades halfway, it's time for a new brush. The new indicator from Oral-B, the brand more dentists use.
Real butter makes parties taste better.
These cookies taste strange. Did you use butter? No. No wonder. Butter makes cookies taste better. You're right. Let's bake a new batch with butter.
I love real butter cookies.
Real butter makes family parties taste even better.
That's Mommy's little sweetheart.
Now there's a new Stainmaster carpet that handles foot traffic like never before. New Stainmaster Extra Life. It stays beautiful longer. Only from DuPont.
At CBS, we're all watching the Winter Olympics.
And how will we be sharing these moments?
Watching the Logie. It's my favorite.
Yeah, that's luge coming.
Evening Shade will return after the Olympics.
Share a moment with the world.
And when the games are over, save one for us.
The Grammy Awards, coming February 25th.
If you insist on tending the fire, Matthew will be spoiled, and I will have a spoiled butler. Darling, tell me something.
Yeah.
I've always wondered, since you came to town and you're here a lot, why you never had a house, or an apartment, at least.
I enjoy the services of a hotel, that's why. Although I do miss my home in Zurich.
Oh, tell me about your home in Zurich.
Do you want to hear about it?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well, let's see. It's 200 years old. It sits right on a lake and has magnificent views.
How many fireplaces?
How many fireplaces? It has 11 fireplaces.
Okay. Is that where Barbara's shacked up right now?
No. No, at the moment she is at a hotel in the hills above the city, closer to...
Who could be calling you?
I don't know.
Wow. Yes. Yes. He's here, Jade. Here he is.
Yes? Well, can I wait until morning? All right, all right. Well, I'll be right there. Thank you. Sorry, unfortunately, I have to get back to the office. I'm sorry.
The office?
Yes.
Time of the night?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, come on, darling. The old office floor.
You know me better than that. I want to thank you for an immensely enjoyable evening.
Okay.
Hi, Court. Hi, sweet. Listen, you have got to stop by the house. You know, Christopher keeps asking for you all the time.
Okay, I'll try to come by this weekend.
Good girl.
Okay.
See you later. Bye, Mom. Bye. Hi, sweetie. How are you?
I'm okay. Getting used to seeing Andy and Julie together, it's good for me. Makes me realize that I made the right decision.
Can't tell you how I have this information, but I think that Andy's attitude toward Julie's changed a lot this trip.
You know, I've heard that for so long, Franny, and I've tried to believe it. But it's none of my concern now.
You sure about that? Hi. Hi, Julie.
Hi.
Courtney, do you have a minute?
Sure.
I'll see you guys later, okay?
Okay. So what's on your mind?
Well, I can see how upset Andy is about this breakup. And I know I'm partly to blame, Courtney. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. But he's a wreck. And now he's starting to hurt other people because of it. Why can't you give him a chance?
Julie, we've had our chances. I don't want to discuss Andy with you. Excuse me.
I'm really surprised to see Julie here tonight. Looks like all the women from your past are here. I just hope that you're not too upset. Connor's here.
Nope. Nope. I was just remembering last Valentine's Day.
What? Should I be afraid to ask?
No. There was a bachelor auction in the garden room to benefit the hospital. I was one of the bachelors. And much to my surprise, Connor bought me.
How romantic.
No,
Yes.
not really. There were problems between Connor and me from the start. Which is one of the reasons I knew the relationship was wrong. Just as I know it, I... So right.
You reckon Marcy and Link are ever really going to agree on a honeymoon spot? I mean, I get the feeling that she's looking for sort of a different lifestyle than Link is.
Hey, where do you want to go on our honeymoon?
You tell me where you want to go.
Ooh,
Oh, I don't care. Just as long as we're together.
My sentiments, exactly.
What's on your mind?
phone call I got earlier? It was another mysterious phone call claiming that Franny had married a murderer.
You're kidding. But I thought all those awful calls were made by Arthur Claiborne.
So did I, but the guy's in the federal pen. It's got to be somebody else.
Who? How did they even know you were here? Well, why didn't you call Marco?
There's nothing they can do about it now. I'll tell her later.
Oh, thank you, darling.
How long will Julie be staying with you?
I have no earthly idea. I hope you're not worried about Andy and Julie.
No, I'm not. I really admire the fact that he's remained friends with Julie. He's even trying to convince John to make his peace with her. John's really trying. I think this relationship with Iva has really mellowed him.
Well, old young Andrew, you better be on your best behavior tomorrow at the dance because Franny and I are going to be chaperones. Oh, no.
Oh, the way you two carry on, who's going to chaperone the chaperone?
Oh. Lisa, have you heard from Barbara? Was she coming home?
No, I haven't. I hope everything's going along fine, especially for her and for her Paul.
Yeah, well, I hope Paul's able to talk her out of marrying that creep Gavin. Speak of the devil.
No.
Ms. Wendell, what a pleasant surprise running into you twice in one evening.
Look what's popping up that street. Special K waffles from Eggo. Once you see how good that free can be, oh no, you never let go.
No way. It's all mine.
Special K waffles from Eggo.
KIMT, Mason City, Albert Lee, Austin, Rochester.
And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
Now, what is the matter with me wanting to spend an evening at home alone with the woman I love?
Nothing at all. As long as it's not to avoid the people who disapprove of our relationship.
You know I don't give a damn what other people think.
Duncan, I know how independent you are, but I also know how much it hurts you when the people you love, like Beatrice and Lisa, aren't enthusiastic about us.
I just never dreamed they could be so narrow-minded.
Well, it's easy to be tolerant from a distance.
I have a good mind to throw that thing out the window. Hello?
Oh, Duncan, I hope I didn't wake you. It's Lisa.
No, Jess and I were just talking.
Good. I was so afraid that, well, I haven't seen you in so long. I thought, oh, dear, have I lost one of my dearest friends and partners?
Listen, Lisa, it's just that I've been so busy running back and forth between the Argus and the Earl Mitchell Center, and, you know, I know you've had your schedule, too, so... Anyway, what can I do for you?
Well, actually, I'd like to talk with Jessica.
All right, hold on just a minute. It's Lisa for you.
I know by how you're reacting that I'm right. Hi, Lisa. What can I do for you?
Oh, Jess, I've been getting these phone calls, messages from the landlord. You know where Fashions is? He needs a new lease so that we can stay on an interim basis.
Well, I have it all ready. I could bring it by in the morning.
Look, why don't you come over to Mona Lisa and bring Duncan?
All right. And listen, while I have you on the phone, I was thinking that maybe our new partner, Carl Eldridge, could help handle some of your legal affairs now.
No. Oh, no, Jessica, please. I want you to handle everything.
All right. We'll see you in the morning. All right, bye.
What's this about the morning?
I have to go by the Mona Lisa and take Lisa some papers, and you're going with me. No excuses.
You can be a very stubborn woman.
Oh, yes, I can. And listen, I think that the center should keep Gavin's money.
Jessica, I wouldn't have taken Tony O'Rea's money. Why would I take Gavin Kruger's?
Duncan, you can't penalize the kids. And anyway, the check wasn't made out to you. It was made out to the Earl Mitchell Center. And I don't think even you have the right to turn that money down without getting the approval from the board.
Okay, good night now.
Thank you very much. Was fun.
Be safe.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, happy birthday. See you later.
Thanks, Ed.
Lisa, I hope Gavin Kruger's not trying to hit on Julie. So I'd like to buy you a drink after I say hello to a friend of mine. I want to talk to you about some modeling work.
He's very charming.
And he's loaded. He owns an international conglomerate, a fleet of private jets, and he's a multimillionaire. Go on. I also heard he's engaged to Barbara Ryan.
Well, hello, Marcy.
Hello.
Where's Lee?
He's in Medford.
Ah.
So what brings you here all by yourself?
Well, I just dropped Lucinda off at her home. I didn't feel like turning in yet. Now, don't forget, you and I need to have dinner very, very soon to talk about Meridian. Hello, Gavin. Oh, hello, Lee. Yeah, just keeping your chair warm. Excuse me. Oh.
Yes, it's true.
So, can I buy you that brandy?
Sure, why not?
Make it two, bartender.
So I hear you're very close with Barbara Ryan.
Yes, I am.
I'm surprised you weren't at the fashion show. I was one of the models.
You were? Well, I'm especially sorry I missed it. Now, you know, I own a fashion house in New York. I'd like to set up a meeting with you and discuss some job possibilities. Thank you.
I'll talk to you later. Excuse me. Sorry, I just wanted to let you know, Link, that you'd be getting a call from Candace Rogers at Walsh. She's in charge of DeWitt's commercial division.
What about?
Well, she saw you in your Strico commercial, and she thought you'd be perfect for the new DeWitt natural cereal. Don't worry, though. If it all works out, you'll be working with Vicki Harper and Candace, so I won't have anything to do with the shoot.
Okay, thanks, Connor.
You're welcome. Good night.
Good night.
Now, what on earth makes you think that you'll have time to take on something like
Hey,
that?
they haven't offered me the job yet. And don't worry. Always remember the conversation you had with Kirk when he asked you to drop everything and get to the office. And you said that business was important, but you had other priorities. Now, when I heard that, it made me realize that you were the kind of girl that I could share the rest of my life with.
Of course, you come first, and only first. But you know that I am going to be working on a new company with Lucinda, so I'll have to work some nights, okay?
That's okay. Hey, I'm not half bad in the kitchen, you know.
No? Well, can we eat out, too, and maybe do a little entertaining?
Sounds good.
Okay.
I plan to have Hutch and Dad and Mom and all the Snyders over a lot, as a matter of fact.
Thanks for the brandy.
Well, you are very welcome. And I will talk to you very soon, I hope. Kelly, can I have a ginger ale? What was Gavin Kruger up to?
Nothing. He just wanted to talk about some modeling work.
Modeling work? Sounds like Tony all over again.
Lucinda, it's Marcy. I'm at the Mona Lisa. Yeah, Gavin said he'd dropped you off, so I figured it would be okay to call you.
Gavin is at the Mona Lisa?
Well, he was, but he left.
Is he with Jade?
No, he was by himself, but he was spending a lot of time talking to that Julie Wendell. Listen, Link and I were wondering if we could stop by sometime tomorrow and pick up the rest of our things.
Well, dear, if it's more convenient, you can come by tonight. I'm going to be up for an hour or so.
Well, we might just do that, but right now there's something else I have to take care of. Bye-bye.
I never could have gotten through that Strico commercial without your help.
Well, you think you are pretty smart, don't you?
I beg your pardon?
Listen, I know what you're up to with that DeWitt commercial, and don't think it'll work for a second, Connor.
Oh, don't you worry your pretty little head, Marcy. It's strictly on the level, and if you don't believe me, you can ask Candace Rogers, okay?
Oh, I'm sure of that. But, you know, it's very obvious that you're just trying to worm your way back into Link's life. Let me give you a little bit of information.
You might as well get it through your thick head that you've lost Link for good. Excuse me, but I am not after Link.
Oh, I bet. You know, it must be pretty tough lying awake at night thinking about me and Link. Then again, I don't really blame you because Link is great in the sack. Ah, you bet.
I got the model.
I've got the plan. I've got a problem. Dry lips. Not anymore.
Blistex ointment relieves dry lips fast because it's the only leading product that contains moisture for fast relief.
What we've designed is a modern...
Blistex works fast.
Want a hand vac that picks up more than dust? The Hoover Brush Vac has a powerful deep-cleaning brush agitator. And unlike other hand vacs with messy bags, the Brush Vac has a quick-release dirt cup, as easy to empty as it is to fill. The Brush Vac. Hoover invented it.
You're the picture of good health. Eating foods the Surgeon General recommends. Foods rich in beta-carotene, one of the essential vitamins and minerals in Centrum. Centrum, more complete than any leading brand, from A to Zinc.
You know, I can still remember the very first candy given to me by my grandfather. It was Werther's Original, and I was 4. I had a little trouble opening that shiny golden wrapper, but then, well, I'll never forget that first taste. Sweet and creamy and just plain good. But there was something else, too. I remember feeling I must be somebody very special when my grandpa gave me his wonderful butter candy. So, now I'm the grandfather. And what else would I give my little grandson but my Werther's Original? He's somebody special, too.
Lucinda, I'm afraid I have to get to the office.
No, Gavin was here by himself talking to Julie Wendell. Lucinda?
Yes?
Hi.
Hello, I'm here. Hi there. Would either of you like to have a brandy with me?
No, thanks. I'll pass. Well, why don't you go ahead, sweetheart? I'll get all the stuff together.
Okay, you sure you don't need my help?
Well, I'm sure I can handle it.
Okay.
Well, did you get a chance to talk to Gavin about the Meridian account?
No, not really.
Matter. Take care of it. I dealt with it, all right?
Okay.
I hope Link knows.
He does, but if he doesn't, I'll take care of it.
I applaud the way you handle him, the way you handle everybody, Connor.
Yeah, I didn't do such a great job tonight. I about slit her throat.
Why? What happened?
Well, she's trying to worm her way back into Link's life by offering some DeWitt commercial, and I called her on it in the powder room. She flapped me.
What did Link say about that?
Well, Link didn't say anything about it because I avoid the subject of Connor Walsh.
Well, just leave all that to me, all right?
Now, what do you mean by that?
I think your hubby's approaching. I think it's outrageous and a fool. You mean she actually, Connor, attacked you physically in the powder room at the Mona Lisa?
Just try to reason with her, okay, Lisa?
Of course, I'll do my
If
best.
she tells Fred Greer the names of the people involved, namely you, me, Iva, Lord knows what's going to happen.
Don't worry, honey. I'll try. I will.
Okay.
Good night.
Bring back memories from when I used to work here.
Oh, yeah. This used to be Earl's favorite time of night. Hey, stay down here with me and let's have a little chat.
Lisa, I'm so tired.
Oh. All right, I'll be up. I'll finish my brandy and be up soon. And you, sleep well.
Night.
Night, darling.
The article about the mysterious circumstances surrounding the death of John Eldridge's brother Thomas was particularly interesting.
That was so long ago. I've tried so hard to forget.
Lisa? When something is wrong. Lisa? Where are you? There you are. I was afraid you'd left.
I'm just trying to get some air.
Hear that?
One of my favorites is on. Let's go back and dance.
Thomas, please, we've got to stop this. We really do. We can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Look, I'm married to your brother.
A brother who doesn't appreciate you, works late every night, leaves you alone. What does he expect? The only thing that's ever mattered to John is the law and the Eldridge family tree. But I don't give a damn about any of that.
I cannot escape it. I am married to John, and sooner or later he's going to realize what's going on between us. I think your mother is already suspicious.
It's time we faced the fact you married the wrong Eldridge. I love you. You love me.
No, don't say that. Please, don't. Please.
Oh, Lord. If only I'd stopped it then, before the nightmare began.
The BBC, Turner Broadcasting, and Time Life Video dare you to take a walk on the wild side with Trials of Life, the gripping, award-winning nature video series that exposes the struggle to survive through uncensored, shocking photography. Join acclaimed naturalist David Attenborough for a close encounter with raw nature as you've never seen it before. Footage shows you the life and death struggle to survive in a harsh and brutal world. The quest for food, the thrill of the hunt, and the strategy of the kill. The battle for supremacy, the relentless drive to continue the bloodline, and the miracle of birth. Trials of Life is a first-hand account of the struggle to survive in a savage, untamed environment. Call this toll-free number now to receive Hunting and Escaping for $9.99. You'll see up close why the law of the jungle is kill or be killed.
I wanted to let you sleep a little longer.
You know, I can sleep any time. Bloody hell, I knew I should have thrown that damn thing out the window. Hello. Yes, just a moment. It's Felix Harrison for you. He says your service gave him this number.
Oh, good morning, Felix. Yes, Kira and Catherine are still at the center, and they're doing very well. Great. I'll look forward to it. Okay, bye-bye.
What's that all about?
Felix is going to be in Oakdale next week, and I think it would be nice if we took him to dinner.
Why do I get the feeling that Felix Harrison's interest in you is more than professional?
Oh, please, Duncan. Felix knows that I'm in love with you, and I'm going to marry you. So, if you're feeling jealous, there's no reason to be.
No. I wonder when you two go out to dinner about all the people that will be looking at you thinking what an attractive, handsome couple you make. And being with Felix may make your life a lot simpler.
Duncan, sweetie, don't do this. Not unless, you're having second thoughts.
Never. You are my life.
And you are mine. However, we do have a life outside this castle. And I warned you that it wouldn't be easy. But we can't just hide out here. Because then we'd just be giving in to prejudice. And that's not your style, is it?
Darling, I'm so worried about this problem. I really am. I wish you had not run to Fred Greer. I don't trust the man. I really do not trust him, and I'll bet he doesn't know very much about the adoptions.
He admitted that he's not that familiar with that particular law, but he said if there was fraud involved, then I have a case.
or did you tell him that you were involved in a fraud?
What do you mean?
Well, sweetheart, you got Andy to sign the birth certificate saying that he was the father. That certainly does make you an accessory or something, wouldn't you say? Oh, hi.
The door's unlocked.
I know it is. I'm waiting for Duncan and Jessica.
Well, besides coming to steal a cup of coffee, I stopped on my way to class to say hi to you, Julie.
Well, we were just, we were talking about adoption. Now, Julie, even if you were able to stop the adoption, that does not mean that you would necessarily get custody of Aaron.
That's right, I believe...
But I'm the natural mother. Why are you two ganging up on me?
We're not ganging up on you, Julie. We just don't want you to make a terrible mistake, that's all. You saw how happy Holden and Lily were. Think what this would do to them. If they learned the truth, it would blow them out of the water.
Well, they don't have to know the truth. I could, and she could give me Aaron back, and then later she could tell them that her friend...
Oh, the hell with that! What do I have to do to convince you? What do I have to do, Julie? Do I have to call Ron Gillette? Tell him that I'm not Aaron's father? Or tell him that he was conceived when you slept with your husband's brother? What would he think of you then, Julie?
Ever since I was a little kid, the only thing I was interested in was dogs.
John Woodring, top breeder of champion beagles.
I show dogs because I love showing the dogs. I do it for the personal satisfaction of taking a nice dog and having it win in the ring. I only want my dogs to have the best food, and the best food we've found is pedigree and pedigree mealtime. I really like the pedigree meat mixed with the mealtime drying. I'd recommend pedigree to anybody who owns a dog, either a pet or a show dog.
Pedigree, developed with vets, recommended by top breeders.
You're just a surprise a minute, aren't you, Mr.
Yes,
Carter? I can't believe you had you here waiting for me when I woke up. By the way, how did you know the Birds of Paradise was my favorite flower?
I'll never reveal my sources.
Show me.
Never,
why.
never, never.
You know what they remind me of? Puerto Rico.
Well, maybe this will help you think of Puerto Rico, too.
Oh, honey! Another cookie!
Well, I know you keep the stone one on the dresser. I thought it'd be kind of nice you had one you could wear.
It's beautiful. Thank you.
It suits you perfectly.
Yes. You're the most wonderful, talented, handsome husband I could have ever asked.
Hello? Hey, Barbara. Are you still in Zurich? She did. She really said that.
What is it?
Just a second, Barbara. Nicole came to see Barbara in her hotel, and she told her that she's more convinced than ever that Gavin is responsible for Philippe's murder.
Oh, Duncan, you've been working so hard. Now, you gotta have some fun. Come to the party, please.
He will be there if I have to drag him.
Good.
Well, do you think Barbara will be back? And do you think she'll bring Kruger?
Oh, well, he will not be there if Barbara is not.
Gavin made a considerable contribution to the Earl Mitchell Center.
That doesn't mean we have to take his money.
Lisa, I have the contracts right here for the interim lease for Fashions. I'll need Barbara's signature as well as yours.
All right.
But I'll take yours right now.
Hello, Andy.
Hi.
Playing hooky, are you?
No, truant officer, Duncan, I'm not. I just came from campus. Is Julie upstairs?
No, she isn't. She left just a few minutes ago. She had an appointment.
Well, thank you so much for coming by.
It's just strange being here. This used to be Tony O'Rea's office.
Yes. Now, like I told you last night, I have a fashion house in New York, and we're thinking of bringing out a new line of lingerie. Now, you used to model for Mary Elizabeth, didn't you?
Yes, I did, when Tonio handled the count. How did you know that?
Well, when I moved into this office, his files were still here. Now, would you take off that jacket so I can get a sense if you'd be right for this job?
That sounds like Tony O'Reilly all over again.
The Walsh jet isn't on the tarmac.
It's freezing cold out here. Can't we wait inside?
No, I gotta wait by my luggage.
Well, why don't I get us some coffee and we can warm
I would
up?
love some coffee.
Good.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go check where that pilot is. I'll be right
Okay,
there.
I'll be right out here.
Well, it must make you crazy lying awake at night thinking about me and Link together. But I can't say that I blame you, because he's great in a sack.
Link.
Connor, hi.
I'll take the special.
I'll take the special.
I'll take the special.
And you should, too. The monthly specials at True Value Hardware stores. Like this Rubbermaid bird feeder, just $3.88. Enjoy bird watching year-round. In February, this Rubbermaid feeder is only $3.88 while supplies last. That's just one of the terrific specials at True Value. The neighborhood hardware stores with national chain store buying power.
I'll take the special.
Stay tuned for Guiding Light, next on most of these CBS stations. Gloves by Founds Brothers. Due to special programming, As the World Turns will not be seen Monday. This is Dan Regent, inviting you to join us again Tuesday for the Emmy